Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Cat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is the energies around you are shifting. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone reaches out to you, just know that is not me. The energies around you are shifting. Okay, I feel we have group number 1, group number 2, and we are going to take, I think it's this one. Okay, now let's see what you have. Group number 1. You have number 37, Curate Your Life. You also have the Spiderweb Jasper. Group number 2, you have Manifestation, number 48. And you also have the Ocean Jasper. Group number 3, you have number 36, Cherry Blossoms, and you also have the Zebra Jasper. Please take your time choosing your card or cards, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Spiderweb Jasper, and your card is Curate Your Life. It's also number 37. So I feel like so the way that the energies are shifting around you, I feel like you are in more control of your situation or of your life in general. And I feel that for one reason or another, you may be becoming more selective about who and what you let into your life. And I feel that by you doing these things, by you making changes in your life, shifts in your life, I feel that you're actually bringing in new energies into your life. So I just feel like overall, in general, you have a lot of different energies that are shifting in a positive way for you. I feel that this is a very, very powerful shift in your life that will allow you to grow something new. And it feels like whatever it is that you will be inviting into your life, it has, I don't necessarily, so for some of you, it could be that it's a better, more positive energy. But for a lot of you, it's just the new energies coming into your life are more in alignment with some kind of growth that you've gone through in your life, where maybe you're seeing things differently or you want different things in your life. So these new energies coming in are definitely in alignment with where you want to be and who you are now. So I'm also feeling like you may have turned your back on someone or something, or you may have chosen to walk away from something or someone, maybe in choice of something else, or maybe just because your energies didn't align anymore. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, a place where you're living, anything like that. So I feel that definitely you will have like a burden or a heaviness that was around you that is going to be going away. And there's just a sense of lightness and a sense of you resonating with all of these new energies coming into your life. And also, it's definitely a new beginning for you, because you have 37 here, which, if you break that down, it equals 10, which is a new beginning. So definitely, I feel that you have some very positive new beginnings coming in for you. I feel like these are your cards right here. All right, the ripple effect, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. Ooh, that's really interesting because with the ripple effect, see, so imagine it like if you throw a stone into a pond or any kind of still water and how you see that ripple effect. Well, I feel like you have taken the first steps and you've actually thrown that stone in the pond, right? Which is then sending out this energy out into the universe, which is then bringing energies towards you, which is exactly what I was talking about here. Curate your life, right? So you are in control. You're the one who is saying what you want, and you're going out there and you're making it happen. And the universe is going to be your partner in that. I really feel that the universe is going to bring you some amazing people, places, things, and situations. And I wouldn't be surprised if you have some sort of communication regarding an area of your life that you are hoping to see some changes in. So I feel like that's not too far off, that communication. Water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. So with this card, the first thing that I saw in my mind is that you've been wanting to make these changes for some time in your life, and maybe it wasn't the right time, or you didn't know how to go about making these changes, or any number of things, because this is a general reading, but I feel like you have cracked the code. And just like I said, how it feels like you've walked away from something, you've turned your back on something. And I feel like any energies that no longer resonate with you, you're definitely walking away from those for good, at least, for the foreseeable future. You may be connected to these things somehow in the future, but right now I feel there's definitely a boundary that you have placed between yourself and these other things, and it's because you felt that you needed a shift. It feels like you outgrew something, and it was just time, right? It was just time to move on and look for different things, different energies, and I feel like you're going to find exactly what you either were hoping to find, what you were looking for, or if you're not sure what you're looking for, you're going to find things that just kind of come into your life at the perfect time, and they just align with where you are in your life. So for some of you, there could be some unexpected things that happen, but you will see that this is exactly what you needed in your life. All right, what else can you tell us? For group number 1, please. We're looking at the energies shifting in group number 1's life. All right, so, okay, this one was a little jumpy. I couldn't quite get my hands on it for a second there. Oh, this makes so much sense. You have number 3, reciprocity, give help, receive help, because I feel that the energies where you were, they weren't reciprocal. That's why you outgrew it. That's why you felt like you had this heavy burden on your shoulders. So that is really how things are shifting for you. I feel one of the main things, that's how things are shifting for you. And I feel that the environments and the people, places, things, and situations that you will be in, I feel that they allow you to grow. Whereas the prior situations, I feel like you, in one way or another, it just feels like there was a lack of growth, or there was a lack of seeing eye to eye. There was, just this shift within you where you either started to want different things, or you wanted more, or all of a sudden the energy from the other side shifted where you were no longer receiving from the other side, and you're like, this isn't going to work for me anymore. But where you're going is definitely going to be much, much different. I feel people, places, things, and situations are aligning. So the way that you see things now, or if you've changed the way that you've seen things, you're stepping into a flow where you can just seamlessly step into these new beginnings, and it just feels like a very welcome environment where you have freedom of points of view, growth, just anything that you need, I feel, is there. So you have 32, obstacle, overcoming a blockage on your path. I mean, does this not make so much sense? Because I feel the obstacle for a lot of you was getting past something, which again, I feel is that heavy burden that I was feeling on your shoulders. And I feel the obstacle also was having the courage or the strength or the idea of how to move away from something and move into something new. So you're definitely overcoming this obstacle. First of all, any obstacles that you had in the prior environment, that is shifting like we just talked about, because where you're going is going to be reciprocal. Okay, so that's one obstacle. And then I feel for a lot of you, there was a couple things going on where you needed to recognize that you outgrew something and recognize that it's okay to want more, to want better for yourself. And I also feel that there could have been an obstacle with, okay, now that I know that, how do I shift out of where I am? How do I do that? How do I go about that? Where do I want to go from here? So a lot of, I feel, questions in your mind, but I do feel that you're putting the pieces together. And I feel that a plan that you have is starting to take shape. It's starting to grow. And that's also the energies that are shifting around you, because you're coming up with a plan and you're stepping into this new beginning. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? The energies around group number 1 are shifting. Can you give us information about that, please? The 3 of Cups. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have number 3 here, you have 32 here, 37 here, and 3 here. So number 3 might be significant for some of you. So definitely, do you see how the energies here are reciprocal? So you definitely feel like you're in better alignment with definitely the people around you. I feel that where you're going, you're receiving from the environment. There's also a sense of, for some of you, a sense of creativity. Whereas like before, so, okay, the way I can explain this, I just saw something in my mind. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me the example. If you're a very, very creative person, but let's say that you had a job where you were, just, doing data entry or something like that, where you were just on the computer every day in a cubicle, and you started to feel like you were just felt like your energies were being suppressed. You couldn't express yourself. You couldn't do what you wanted to do. And now you have an opportunity to go into a new job that's more creative, that's more, has like this, living, breathing energy, instead of, for you, when you're in the office in a cubicle doing data entry, you feel like you're suffocating. You feel like, 1 hour is 8 hours, something like that. So it doesn't have to be that. It could be a relationship that you were in that was kind of holding you back, and now you're breaking free from that. The point is that this ripple effect here, okay, part of something bigger. So you can see here with the 3 people here, I feel the universe is definitely helping you connect with people, places, things, and situations that will allow you to step into exactly what was missing from your life before. The 8 of Cups. See? So I feel this is what this is you're walking away from something. And look at here how the water seems to have dried up here. Whereas before, maybe there was a lot of water here, but you just know that you can't stay where you are because you don't have any water to fill these cups. And I keep hearing from Spirit, it's okay, it's okay. So some of you might feel a sense of guilt about leaving something behind, or you may feel, it's kind of like I have a sense of responsibility to something. But the way I'm seeing it is that you did everything that you could to shift the situation, or to try to make the situation beneficial for everyone or everything involved. But, there's nothing else that you can do. And it's perfectly fine for you to want to move on and to pursue something that will make you happy. So it definitely feels like 2 obstacles here. The first one is you being in an environment that was kind of suffocating, stifling. It almost feels like you were trapped inside a box or something like that. And then the other obstacle is actually getting the courage to walk away from that. So this is what you're walking into, the 3 of Cups. Yeah, see the Ace of Wands. Do you see what I'm saying? This is This is an energy card. This is you getting your power back, your energy back. You feel alive again. You feel that creative spark. And it doesn't have to be creativity, but it's like before you just felt like you were stagnant or being held down by something or chained up to a wall or something like that. And now you have the freedom to do whatever you want. And it's really interesting that you have the leaves falling off of the wand here, because it's definitely, that's what I've been feeling for you. There's a shift in the air. It's a new beginning. It's a new season in your life. And it is going to be like a breath of fresh air going from, you know, the cold winter months into springtime when there's new life and there's, you know, you're breathing new life into some sort of situation in your life. And I feel that it may have been a little bit of a windy road for you, kind of a roundabout way to get here for some of you, but everything's going to be fine. Spirit is showing me that you're cleansing away. So the water right here, Spirit is showing me that you're cleansing away what wasn't working. And you're also going to be replenishing, because look here, look at how this is dried up here. But right here, the water is flowing and there's plenty of it. So that's so giving you a visual of the energies that I have been feeling on this side. The Knight of Cups. Yes, look at you going towards something that you love, towards something that you have great passion for. And look at the spring flowers down here. I mean, it's amazing. And also look at the water. Okay, once again, there's a lot of flowing water. And then you have somebody up in the window here. And this is showing that reciprocity. There's something here. So whatever it is that you're going toward, there is something there waiting for you, whether it's a person, place, thing, or situation. It's there. All you have to do is go toward it and kind of develop a plan for how are you going to get there? How are you going to leave this thing behind? And I feel that things kind of come together for you. I just heard in mysterious ways. I think I said that earlier, or something kind of like that. But yeah, you know, the details are taken care of. You need to take the first steps and then definitely, you know, put effort into it. But I feel the universe is going to bring things very close to you. So here you have the High Priestess. Look at how interesting this is, how over here you have the flame, but on this side there is no flame. There's growth here with the plants, but on this side you don't have that. So once again, something was missing. You needed to figure out a way to get somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting symbolism in this card, because right here, the pillar that doesn't have the flame, it's also tied to this right here, whatever this is right here. So yeah, definitely you felt tied down, you felt held back regarding where you were before. That is shifting for you. And you are going to find the answers for how to shift your energy, how to move more into this new life. Especially here you have the intelligences within you, and that's exactly what you're doing here with the High Priestess. You're looking for that intelligence. You're trying to find the answers of what would make you happy. You're trying to overcome a blockage here or an obstacle, and you absolutely will overcome what is holding you back. The Five of Cups. Yeah, see? This is what I was talking about, how it's difficult for some of you to move on from the situation because you have a sense of guilt, or maybe you thought that things were going to work out much better than they did. But look at the landscape here. It looks like the desert. There's not much going on here, right? On this side, which is where you are right now, which is kind of mourning something that didn't work out here. So I feel this is that obstacle that I was talking about. So this Five of Cups is showing the energy before you stepped into the Eight of Cups, before you left these cups behind. And I feel, you know, you have the bridge here. So it seems like there is, I'm hearing it's a simple solution. I'm not sure that those are the right words. I mean, it could be simple. It could be something right in front of your eyes that you're not seeing, something that you can do beyond this situation. You know, once you release the control that this situation has over you. Because, you know, it feels like it's complicated, but Spirit keeps showing me that there's a simple solution. And I don't want to simplify anyone's complications, anyone's obstacles. I'm just the messenger here. So I'll see if I get more information about what that is. But it does seem like there's something right here. There's a solution that is right within your grasp. You just may need to shift your focus a little bit. And this could also be you finding the answers for how to walk away from something, because it does feel like there's something tricky about your situation. So I'm not sure why Spirit is saying it's a simple solution. Let's try to get more information about that. So you have the Empress. Okay, well, this is very interesting because, first of all, it's number 3. So again, another 3. But you have number 3 here, which is reciprocity. So definitely the 3. And I even thought of the Empress card with the reciprocity card with the number 3. So yeah, where you're going is this Empress card. You're going to feel much more comfortable. You're going to feel much more alive. Like there is growth. There's abundance here. You see the water? So you have the 3 waterfalls here and the water is flowing here. Everything, it just feels like it's springtime here. It feels like you can breathe again. There's movement. You're not kind of stuck in this winter, right? And look at how the 3, the Empress, which is number 3, is right below the 3 of Cups here. What's up with number 3? Okay, because 37 here, remember 3 here, 32, 3, 3. So definitely something with the number 3 seems to be important for you. For some of you, this could be the month of March, which again aligns with springtime, right? For a lot of people. So this could also be, 3 weeks from now. It could be 3 months from now. Definitely pay attention to number 3 if that comes up. With anything I'm seeing for some of you, you will see number 3 in an address. So it could be a new company that you want to work for might have the number 3 in the address or in the phone number, anything like that, even a zip code or an area code. But definitely how your energies are shifting. You're going from a place of lack, like we see with the 8 of Cups here, to a position of abundance, to reclaiming your power. Not just reclaiming your power, but being in power. You are very receptive to what you deserve and to what you want in your life. And those other energies are very receptive to welcoming you into these new situations. You're also very, very grounded here, whereas the energy where you were before, it feels unstable. It feels like some of you didn't feel like you were welcome there anymore. And others of you didn't want to have these energies around you anymore, but it's completely shifting for you. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel where you were before, you were kind of bored, or what you were looking at, you just felt like, what am I doing here? You may have felt like you didn't fit in, or that other people, places, things, and situations didn't fit into your energy. Yeah, it just feels like you didn't like where you were before. So I definitely feel like your environment itself is shifting. And once again, you have 3 waterfalls here and all the water down here, and your position seems to be rising up. So I definitely feel like you're up leveling in probably more ways than one, and you're going to be more comfortable where you are. It also feels like something's more exciting. So it could be that you have new things coming into your life, or just that you have that zest back in your life. You have a spark back in your life, kind of like I was saying with the Ace of Wands here. There's literally energy that's flowing in your life, whereas before nothing was flowing because there wasn't anything there to flow. So yeah, things were very, very much out of flow where you were before. So that's shifting. Things are going to be flowing for you. I mean, look at these 2 cards. You have all the water flowing down here. The 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. So things were, I feel, day by day where you were or still are right now, things were becoming more and more uncomfortable. You felt more and more a sense of lacking what you needed or what you wanted. For some of you, this could literally be finances, where your finances were becoming less and less. Maybe you had a lot of bills, or maybe you weren't making enough money. Or some of you may have been in a living situation where you were taking care of all of the bills and that wasn't fair for you. And so you're moving on from that. But I do see that there's some sort of offering that's coming into your life. So this could be an offer of a new job. This could be an offer of, I feel it has to do with that communication. Did I see that with this card? I'm not sure if I saw it anywhere else. But I know I was seeing it with this card. I'm just not sure where I mentioned it. What is the offering? Okay, well, I'm hearing from Spirit that it's going to vary from person to person because it is a general reading, but what it's connected to is the Ace of Wands here. And if you look at the Ace of Wands, there's like a building here, and it looks similar to the building over here. So I feel that there's something that's going to be a welcome change for you, a very welcome offer that comes in. So this could be romantic, this could be work related, this could be some sort of business partnership, or connecting with, even connecting with something more of like, if you want to study something new, if you want to go into a new career, I see that you're going to find something that really matches what it is that you really want to be doing every day. The Seven of Swords. Okay, so don't fear that you cannot handle these changes, because what I'm seeing here is that you can absolutely handle the changes. And I feel that you're also breaking free from something that was once holding you back. You're figuring things out. It is a tricky energy. I felt that earlier. See, that's why I didn't want to minimize why Spirit was saying, or just minimize the situation where Spirit was saying, look, there's a simple solution. And I'm in my mind almost wanting to argue with Spirit, saying, no, but I'm feeling there's a complicated, tricky energy here. But Spirit is like, no, there's a simple solution. And this card is exactly why I didn't want to minimize where you are, because I feel that the details are tricky. And for some of you, it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out those details. But the thing is that you're going to overcome something. And whatever this was that once had control over you, I feel that you're outsmarting it, and you are able to extract yourself from the situation. And it just feels like once you do that, you can run free to the Knight of Cups, which is exactly where you want to be. So, it's interesting also because a couple times I've talked about where it feels like you're going from winter to spring, or however I said that. And I think I said that out loud because I was kind of feeling that here. And I think I felt it with the Five of Cups, where things just became stagnant. And it's kind of like, okay, if I want to plant new seeds, but it's snowing outside and it's freezing cold, how do I plant those seeds when this is my current environment? So I feel that's why it's a little tricky for some of you. There's some details that you need to kind of finesse a little bit, but it's definitely possible. It's absolutely possible for you to work around this tricky energy of the Seven of Swords. Yeah, so here's the Judgment card. And this is that new beginning. This is the answer that you needed, that little bit of tricky energy with the Seven of Swords. So you're overcoming whatever this tricky energy is with the Seven of Swords. Didn't I just tell you that before we turned over the Judgment card, right? So absolutely. Look at how the sky is parting here. And also this is below the High Priestess, where you are searching for an answer. So you are receiving that answer. No doubt in my mind, you're going to find the way forward, and the universe is going to support you. Absolutely. So this is showing your new beginning here. The Page of Cups. Wow. This is amazing. First of all, look at all the water. Okay. So compared to over here with the Eight of Cups, look at the difference. It's amazing. You know what it's like? It's almost like all the snow here has melted and it turned into this water. So things are going from being very, very tricky here and very complicated to everything flowing for you. And look here, it looks like you're about to take a leap of faith with something. So that's your new beginning, right? That's you being free from something. That's you overcoming the obstacles here. And I am picking up communication again, communication regarding something that's very dear to your heart. So this could be you finding a perfect job. This could be you finding a perfect partner. This could be you finding the perfect place to live. It definitely feels like some of you are just going to kind of take a leap of faith and go with the flow and see where the water takes you, so to speak, where it's like, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to kind of point on the map and that's where I'm going to go. And I'm just going to see what happens. And you kind of let spirit guide you. But I feel you're going to be pleasantly surprised with where this journey takes you, where you end up. And look at the difference here, the 5 of Cups here, where you were so worried about leaving something behind. But when you shift your focus, I mean, just look at the color difference here. When you shift your focus to these 2 cups here and you pick those cups up and you move forward, this is what you get. So definitely, absolutely new beginnings coming in for you that are going to really kind of like warm your heart. You get that spark back. I wish you so much luck with this. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Ocean Jasper, and your card is number 48 and Manifestation. So the energy I'm getting here, it's a very, very focused energy. I feel that you are absolutely bringing about manifestations. You're moving forward with a plan that you have. And I feel that you are absolutely going to start to see things shift in your environment regarding things that you want to see happen. I feel there could be communication coming soon. So this could be a letter, an email, a phone call. For some of you, this could even be a text message that I'm seeing here. It feels like it is, in a sense, it's kind of an official form of communication. So it could be an offer, or it could be something like connected to the legal system somehow, and not the legal system, but something legal. So let's say that if you're going to go into a partnership with someone regarding a business or something like that, so that, typically has some sort of legal connotation to it. So you may be signing a contract with that person, or like getting a divorce or something like that. Maybe you're receiving information that the divorce is finalized and all you have to do is sign on the dotted line, right? So something like that, not necessarily the legal system, but some sort of contract or something. That's not for all of you, but for some of you, I'm definitely seeing that. So yeah, it's definitely, I feel the waiting is coming to an end. There is a transformation that is about to happen for you. You're about to step forward into new opportunities. Some of you may be at like a crossroads and you've been contemplating where you are and where you want to go, and you're about to step forward into a new life. So some of you may have a choice to make, a decision to make about, which opportunity or which direction do I go from here. I feel like there's going to be a pretty significant sign regarding that. So it's going to be, pretty clear which direction you should go. And I feel like you're going to be happy where you end up. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Oh, I feel it's these 2. All right, the energies around you are shifting. Oh, how cute. Selkie, come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. Wow. So yeah, it feels like maybe where you were, you couldn't be yourself. You were kind of wanting to make changes because, see, I feel like there's going to be a lot of growth around you, but where you were before, it just feels like you either couldn't be yourself or you outgrew the situation that you were in. And so I definitely feel like you are in this transitionary period right now. But didn't I tell you, I feel like it's not that far away. And here you have come out of hiding. And where you're going, it's going to be very comfortable for you. You'll be able to embrace who you really are. And the energies around you there will love who you are. So, you know, whatever the situation is that you're about to step into, it's very, it feels like a warm hug. It feels like, oh my gosh, I found where I belong. I found my home. I found my people. So you could be around a community of people. So it could be like a new place where you're living and you find some really, really good friends. It could be a new job where you really connect with certain people there. It could be you stepping into a new career where you feel like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. This feels right. I can grow here. I can create a career that I've always wanted here. I definitely feel like what you're stepping into, it holds energies of what you deserve, what you've worked so hard toward. And I feel it's going to be life-changing for you. King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. Didn't I just say something very much like that? Receiving the fullness of life. Absolutely. It's going to be life-changing for you. I feel you're stepping into a place that holds energies that are connected to like your DNA code, something connected to your soul. So for some of you, you might be stepping into a place or situation that you have some sort of past life connection to or with. So it could be you're stepping into a career that you have a past life connection with. It could be that you are stepping into a new environment. So like if you're moving somewhere, maybe you have a past life connection to that place, and that's why you were drawn to that place. Look at this. You're going to have plenty where you're going, plenty of everything that you want. You will find there. Prosperity. So that's always positive, right? Who doesn't want more prosperity? And to me personally, prosperity definitely means money, new money coming in, more money, additional money, whatever your situation is. But it's also just kind of abundance in general. I feel like you're going to be very, very happy where you are. You just feel so comfortable. It's like, oh, I never want to leave here. This is my place. This is where I belong. And that, really relates to any type of situation that you have going on in your life. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 2, please? The energies around group number 2 are shifting. Okay, so you have 18, self-care, heal, repair, and reconnect. So this makes sense because I feel that this is about where you are right now, or maybe you are stepping into this, or maybe you just were in this phase here. Because, with Selkie, come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. I feel that, so absolutely you're in a transitionary period in your life. I felt that with the manifestation card. And it does feel like you kind of needed to cleanse this old energy from your life. You needed to focus on yourself for some time. You needed to discover the answers. You needed to figure out, if you're at a crossroads, which direction do I go? What do I want? So it definitely feels like you did some soul searching regarding what you want, but also so that you know that you make the right decisions going forward. So I feel this is a very critical piece of the puzzle for you. So if you haven't done this yet, Spirit says absolutely embrace the self-care and kind of take time to slow down so that you can allow things to unfold basically as they should, but you need to take care of yourself first. So how do I put this into words? It's basically, I feel like there's no need to rush into anything, that there's a lot of self-discovery that you will go through here, which will lead you over here to embrace who you really are. Because it could be where you're realizing, okay, this is no longer me over here. So I'm going to manifest a new life for myself. But before you can manifest that life, you need to do that self-discovery to find the perfect new environment, new situation for you. All right, then you have, oh my gosh, 38 success, gradual success with thoughtful actions. Do you see what I'm saying? Thoughtful actions. That's what I was talking about with the self-care. And that's the perfect way to say it, because I was trying to think, like, how do I put this into words? Well, it's thoughtful actions. Absolutely. And so, okay, success here. And then here you have plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life, manifestation. I mean, look at what you're manifesting: prosperity, abundance, plenty, success, fullness of life, self-care. So I feel there's something about the environment also that in one way or another provides self-care for yourself. So what I mean by that is that you are literally about to step into whatever it is that you're manifesting. So if you're not manifesting yet, you might want to start doing that, especially because you picked this group. This is a great time for you to actually cultivate this life that you want for yourself. And I'm seeing a mirror, so anything that you want, I feel that you can create that. This is a great time for you to take those steps. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? The energies, excuse me, around group number 2 are shifting. What can you tell us? All right, what can you tell us for group number 2? The energies around group number 2 are shifting. There we go. Okay. That was a very, very long shuffle. I can always see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the cards kind of shift in my hands when they're ready, and that took a while. But let's see what we have here. All right. So you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is another success card. This is amazing. So this is you feeling like you have arrived. Feeling like you have literally created exactly what you want in your life. So where you're going, you're very grounded. There's absolutely, beyond a doubt, a lot of prosperity where you are. The Queen of Pentacles is a very financially comfortable energy. So where you're going is financially comfortable. And once again, this is something that you're building, something that you will probably want to keep in your life for the rest of your life. I feel this is something that's going to work for you forever. And I mean, at least the foreseeable future, what I am seeing. And the reason why is because you're no longer trying to be someone else. You're no longer trying to do things the way other people feel you should do them, because you're embracing who you are and you are making shifts in your life that align with who you are. And I just feel like you're becoming very, very powerful in creating a life that you want for yourself. I feel also with the mountains back here that you're overcoming some pretty significant obstacles that you had probably prior to or during your manifestation process. So you're coming out of that and you are landing exactly where you want to be. There's also a lot of productivity going on here. So it feels like whatever it is that you're doing is working for you. It's increasing. And, you know, it's interesting that you have gradual success here, because it does feel gradual, but I feel like you're taking pretty significant steps. And you will know along the way, like, okay, well, I was down here and now I'm up here. And so it may not be a huge jump at first, but you will know, oh, wow, I am making progress. And it's going to feel really, really good to you. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, exactly. Remember I told you you're not going to leave, or however I said it, you're not going to want to leave. This is something that you will be, like, you're creating a life for yourself that is going to be very, very comfortable, and you're not going to want to leave where you are. So it's definitely something that I feel it provides you many different offerings. So what I mean by that is there seems to be a lot of different avenues of your manifestation or a lot of different streams coming in. So for some of you, this could be multiple streams of income where maybe you're shifting your career, maybe you're finding a new career for yourself and it's something that you can grow. And so maybe one part of it is something that you set up and it's kind of just an automatic stream of revenue that comes in, and then you have something else that you're doing daily that brings in more revenue. So something like that could be going on here. But I definitely feel like, see, receiving the fullness of life is right above the Four of Pentacles. So you are receiving the fullness of life and you're going to love where you are. Do you see how these two people here are looking at the pentacle? It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I feel that there are a lot more opportunities where you're going to. It doesn't just end with one opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities for growth. So you have the Hangman. Yeah, this makes sense to me because you have coming out of hiding here and then self-care here. So it's important that you kind of slow down a little bit and you evaluate things and you figure out what you want. I feel you're getting a different perspective. I feel that you're definitely taking care of yourself or learning how to take care of yourself, putting yourself first, what you want first. And it's interesting that you have the Hangman, which is number 12, because if you add 8 and 4, obviously you get number 12. So you have some synchronicities here. So definitely you want to take your time with this manifestation, with healing, repairing, and reconnecting with yourself. Some of you may have gone through somewhat of a traumatic experience. I don't know if not for everyone, it wasn't necessarily a traumatic experience. It was more like you didn't like where you were in your life. Others of you, maybe you had a really bad breakup or something like that. But it definitely feels like you come to a point where you may feel like you need to heal from something, or maybe you feel like you wasted time in a career and now you want to change careers. So really the situation that you are in doesn't really matter here, because what I'm seeing is that you're reconnecting with yourself on a soul level. And that's exactly what's going to lead you into manifesting this amazing life for yourself. So here you have the Lover's card. Yes. So this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It could be a new job. It could be a new career. It could be finding the love of your life. Whatever it is, if you want this perfect balance that starts with this one thing. So these two people coming together here, this doesn't have to be romantic. This is how I read the Lover's card, right? Other people may read it differently, but this could be anything. This can be you finding your perfect career. This could be you finding the perfect place to live. So things are coming together here. We see the new beginning here with this archway here. And also how you have the pillars here, but there definitely does seem to be an opening here. So definitely you have a choice to make regarding your past and your future. So it definitely feels like some of you may need to let go of something. Some of you definitely, it feels like you need to reevaluate the obstacles that you've gone through, because I feel this mountain here is representative of obstacles that led you to this point here. So maybe this is the obstacle for some of you, just trying to figure things out. And so, but once you do that, I do see you gaining a sense of enlightenment, a sense of like a picture of how to move forward. And this is what you get here. You get the perfect pairing of things coming together for you, which is plenty. It's receiving the fullness of life. The Six of Pentacles. See, something was off balance where you were before, and things are coming into balance. So this can absolutely be a new opportunity that's coming towards you. For some of you, I'm seeing with this being below the Success card, some of you are receiving a promotion or an opportunity for a promotion. Now, I want to point out something that has just caught my attention, and I'm going to think about this for a second, but you have number 48 here. So it ends in an 8. You have number 18 here that ends in an 8. And then you have 38 here, which also ends in an 8. So that could be significant for some of you. I mean, I definitely feel like it's showing, definitely with the 8, I'm getting the infinity symbol, you know, if you just turn the 8 on its side. And that does correspond with what I was feeling over here, something that is like these changes that you're making in your life, how the energies are shifting in your life is something that will be with you for a very long time. And also with 8, I'm feeling like you're getting closer and closer to this new beginning, to the manifestation. So for some of you, it could be 2 months away before you'll start to see something kind of clicking into place. So will you be living inside the entire manifestation in 2 months? I feel not exactly, because I feel that whatever this manifestation is, how these energies are shifting, that's exactly what it is a shift. So is it going to happen overnight? No, not the entire shift, but the beginning of that shift. I feel you could definitely see something happening within the next 2 months. And then here you have the 8 of Wands. How appropriate is this? Because the 8 of Wands is something happening very quickly. So for me personally, the 8 of Wands, a lot of times it's about a month. But, you know, this is a general reading. So for me personally, I typically get 1 to 2 months with the 8 of Wands. And, you know, we all view timing differently. For some of us, waiting 2 days seems like a long time. For others of us, 2 months is like, you know, goes by in an instant. So, of course, it's going to be dependent on how you view timing and how, you know, some of you may be in a desperate situation. But this confirms what I was just saying about the 2 months, and it's also number 8. So isn't that interesting that the 8s caught my eye right before I got to this card? For some of you, this could be the 8th month of the year. So for some of you, this could be August. This is a general reading, so, you know, just keep that in mind. It's also a timeless reading. So this could be the 8th of the month. It could be 8 o'clock during the day, you know, whatever it is, but pay attention to the 8s. If you're getting signs with number 8 in it, or if there's a phone number or something like that with a lot of 8s in it, that could be your sign that that's the direction you should go. All right, the 7 of Pentacles. Once again, we're seeing this slow, steady progress. We're also seeing you stopping to evaluate things. So I feel it's important for you as you go along to not rush through this process. It's kind of like you have the little selkie here, and I feel like this little animal doesn't rush through anything. I feel, you know, they just kind of glide through the water. And when they see something, yes, they can definitely move quicker through the water, but I'm just seeing like enjoying the moment, enjoying this unfolding that's happening in your life. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. I'm also seeing some of you may have certain things removed from your life as you're going through this process. So certain things that no longer belong in your life may be removed from your life. So for some of you, like an example that just came to my mind is that if you were on the wrong path with your career, or if this is the time when you're supposed to change your career path, you know, perhaps that job will be removed from your life so that you can open your eyes to new opportunities of, you know, career avenues for you to go down. So yeah, it definitely seems important to take your time, especially when you're making decisions. Don't rush into anything, and just know that you will receive the answers that you need to move forward. So here you have the Moon card. Once again, you're like in the middle of a transition here. Do you see how this person is in the middle of these 2 buildings here? And also I feel like there's certain obstacles to getting to where you want to go, especially remember the mountain here. However, I feel that there were more obstacles in your past than there are in the future. Definitely. So it's going to be easier moving into your manifestations because the energies around you definitely are shifting. I feel for some of you, the greatest obstacle might be that this does seem to be on a slower progression, especially with gradual strength here. The Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Four of Pentacles. This is a Six of Pentacles. It's a gradual progression, but you also have the Eight of Wands, which is swift moving energy. So this could indicate that something unexpected is going to happen. So you're kind of moving along with your manifestation. You're seeing little things coming into place, and then bam, one day it shows up, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. The Six of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Interesting that I just said that, that you're going along with your manifestation and then one day something happens, because for me personally, the Six of Cups can show that something unexpectedly lands in your lap. This is also, for me, showing that there's a soul connection here. So remember what I was saying earlier about you, at least I think I said this, about you finding like what is right for your soul at this exact moment. And that's how the energies are shifting around you, where you were before, that may have been perfectly fine, but your energies are shifting right now at this moment in time for very specific reasons, because you're supposed to be stepping into something new. These new energies around you, they are there at this moment in time, at this point in your life, because you're supposed to be going through this growth at this point in your life. Now, the other thing that's interesting to me is you have a fence here, but right here where you are, there is not a fence. Very similar to the energy I was feeling with the Lovers card, how it just feels like you can just move forward with this. You can absolutely move forward with this. There is also something here about your past. So for some of you, you're going to be moving home, whatever home is to you. So this could be a place where you have like a past life connection, or this could literally be like where you grew up. But this can also mean that this is connected to your soul code, right? To like the contract that you signed before you stepped into this life. Yeah, look at that. You have the Death card. Absolutely. And what is so fascinating to me is that, so you have the Hangman reference here with manifestation, and you literally have the Hangman here. Well, the very next card after the Hangman in the tarot deck is the Death card. So this confirms that you are in a transitionary period, and that where you're on your way, I mean, especially here, this Death is in a boat, moving away from something, going towards something. And right above this, you have the Lovers card. So see how that works here. So the decision is yours to leave the old life behind and embrace this new life. I am seeing that you're going to love this new life. You're also going to be repairing something that was missing from your life. So it's interesting that you have heal, repair, and reconnect here, because if you can see here, the building, some of these bricks here look like they're a little bit weathered and kind of falling apart. So yeah, you're absolutely moving out of a situation that was in disrepair, and you're moving into something that is more aligned with like your perfect manifestation. Look at what you have now. The Two of Cups. So yeah, I really feel that you are going to manifest exactly what you want. For some of you, this is absolutely a new relationship. This could be a soul, like a soul connection, twin flame, soulmate type of energy that I'm feeling here. For some of you, this could be marriage. I mean, look at the Lovers card and the Two of Cups, how they both have the little pillar here. So definitely, but regardless, whatever it is, your manifestation, I'm picking this up again, it's bringing you a lot of balance. It's bringing you a lot of abundance, just this fullness of life where everything comes together. Everything feels like it's in perfect alignment for you. And also everything is very much almost like to the T, exactly what you manifested. So make sure you're manifesting exactly what you want. All right. The Sun card, look at how amazing that is. And once again, you have this again. So you're crossing a threshold into a new life. and you're going to be embraced in this new life. So absolutely, for some of you, I'm seeing signs that this is a new relationship. This is you also finding the perfect career, you know, just depending, because this is a general reading. Whatever it is that you're looking for, it matches your soul energy. You have so many signs here that you're manifesting exactly what you want, and it really feeds your energy. It feeds like a piece of yourself that wasn't receiving nutrients before. So it's going to allow you to grow. It's going to allow you to be who you are, who you want to be. Definitely there's a lot of growth here. Whether it's a new career, a new job, figuring out who you are and embracing that and moving forward with just all new energies in all aspects of your life. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Zebra Jasper, and your card is number 36, Cherry Blossoms. So I definitely feel like the energies around you are shifting in the sense that there's a lot of growth and renewal that's coming in for you. I feel for some of you, you could have an unexpected opportunity that comes in. But whatever this shift is for you, I feel that it's bringing in a sense of feeling much more grounded where you are, or, you know, where you're going to be compared to where you were or currently are right now. I'm also feeling like there's a sense of hope and renewal. And there's definitely a shift from the energies being kind of subtle and slow to energies that are picking up in activity. So it's like there's new growth, new opportunities. Things are like buzzing with activity. I feel like there's conversations, you're getting things done. It just feels like there's a breath of fresh air coming in for you, because where you were before or currently are right now, it just feels like the air is almost kind of stale. And it's like nothing's really moving, that like the air isn't circulating. But where you're going, there's a buzz in the air, there's energy, there's like liveliness. And so that can just be me picking up on how right now where you are, you feel like you're just stagnant, but where you're going, you're going to feel a sense of excitement, and you're going to feel alive with energy and things like that. So we will get more information as we go along, but this is also, you know, number 36 here. So when you add the two together, obviously you get number 9. So I feel like you're right at the edge of these energies shifting. I feel like you possibly have already felt a shift in the air, but it's not complete yet, but it's also not that far away. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 3? And what do we have here? 3? Okay, we are going to go with your 3 cards. All right, so you have King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. This was in group number 2. So I love that this is coming up again, because this is a really great card. So yeah, do you see what I'm saying? How before it feels like just the energy, the air was kind of stale, but where you're going, you're going to receive the fullness of life, which is amazing, because that is how your energies are shifting. And I'm seeing, which I didn't see this before, but right here, I'm seeing kind of like a lion. So some of you, maybe this is Leo energy or Leo season that I'm feeling here. And it's so weird because I didn't see that in group number 2, but I'm seeing it now with you. So some of you might be a Leo, or this could just mean that something's going to happen for you, like a major shift in July, August. This is a timeless reading. So if you're watching this when this comes out, that is a little far away. So that could just mean that you're going to start seeing these manifestations pretty soon, as you have number 9 here. But it could be that you're stepping into these manifestations very soon. But by the time you get to July, August, September, because 9 would be September, right? Then you're really, really going to see things picking up with these manifestations, or it could just be the amount of months from whenever you watch this to those 3 months there. So it could be like, let's say if it's 3 months away, then it could be that within 3 months' time, you're definitely going to start to see some of these manifestations pick up for you. All right, so follow the stream, dedication, trust, future rivers and oceans. Yeah, definitely you want to trust because here's the thing. I feel that the energies are shifting around you and you may not feel comfortable. Some of you may not feel comfortable with the shifts that are taking place, but that's to get your attention to realize that you're supposed to be shifting your energy. You're supposed to be shifting your focus to these future rivers and oceans because there's so much more for you out there. And then others of you, this is just showing that, look, you're on the right path here. Trust this, stay dedicated to these new energies, and you're going to love where you end up. All right, let it rain, allowing what is inevitability and trust. Okay, so you have trust here and you have trust here. So definitely something's going on for at least some of you where something seems to be falling apart. And that's happening so that you can step into this life that you are meant to be in. So what I'm picking up here is, with this card here, cherry blossoms, that definitely indicates springtime. So this can indicate going from winter to spring. So a place of stagnancy in winter where there isn't much growth into springtime. This can also indicate, the things kind of falling apart here with, it looks like there's lightning. So something unexpected happening, which I think I mentioned this just a minute ago. Some of you may have had something happen within an environment where things kind of fell apart. Things really shifted and it was outside of your control. And that's why you want to allow what is, right? Just let it rain, let it fall apart, and trust that things are going to come together for you. So absolutely, I feel something may have shaken you up a little bit here, but Spirit is telling me that that was needed to get you to where you are supposed to be. That's bringing the rainbow here and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So if you are going through this, just know that the storm is going to pass and that it's actually getting you into a place of, I'm hearing abundance, a place of abundance where there's just so much new growth. All right, group number 3, the energies around you. So we have number 17, sweetness and set clear boundaries. Well, yeah, I feel some of you may have set those boundaries and then others of you did not set those boundaries, and that's when the universe set them for you. Because I feel no matter where you are, boundaries need to be set, which is let it rain, right? So something needs to be placed so that your past can stay in the past and so that you can step into this new beginning with open arms, because the new beginning for you, it is sweetness. It is bringing sweetness. Number 17 corresponds to the star card in the tarot deck. So what you want in life, what you feel like is missing from your life, it is there waiting for you, but you also need to set these boundaries, and you may need to leave something in the past so that you can embrace these new beginnings. Number 16, epiphany. Cycles repeat until the lesson is learned. Whew, okay. So, yeah. With Let It Rain, this to me is an epiphany. Like now that I'm seeing these two cards together. So yeah, some of you may be having an epiphany. You may be seeing the light. You may be realizing that what you've been trying to do is not working. Some of you may have been repeating the same lesson over and over and over and over again. And you're like, okay, enough is enough. When can I not go through this? When can I just move on from this lesson? Like, I get it. right? So here's the thing. Number 16 corresponds to the Tower card, which is basically what I'm seeing here with Let It Rain, allowing what is, inevitability. So it feels like there was something in your life where it was inevitable that it was going to come to an end. It was inevitable that it was going to start to crumble. And that really represents the energies around you. That represents the beginning of this shift. Now, the important thing to know here is that that shift is bringing you into this here, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. So you're leaving a place of lack and you're stepping into a place of plenty, basically. Also, you have number 16 and 17 here. So with these two cards, you have the Tower card and you have the Star card. So until you have the Tower card, which is setting these boundaries, and the Tower card is also turning that light on, making you realize what it is that you've been doing wrong, or the wrong environment you were in, or the wrong people you are around, whatever it is in your particular situation. Once you realize that, you don't have to go back here. You can stay here with number 17, which is the Star card. So although this may be complicated for you, and things may feel like they're falling apart for you, I truly feel like things are falling apart just so things can come together for you. And don't forget, you have trust here and trust here. So Spirit is absolutely saying, trust in the way that things are falling apart and falling together. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3. All right, let's see. Can you see those there? Yes, I think that'll work. Okay, let's see this card that came out. The World card. Yeah, you're at the end of a cycle, I can tell you that. And what I'm seeing is that right now, it might be a little bit difficult for you to let go of certain things. Others of you are like, no, absolutely not. I am letting go. Okay, so it just depends on your particular situation. Some of you do not want to hold on to that past energy anymore. And others of you are a little bit hesitant, or if it wasn't necessarily your decision to let go of something, there's a lot of pain connected to that. But what I'm seeing is that where you're going has so much more to offer you than where you were. Literally, I feel you could find the world where you're going. Whereas before, you know, it was just this energy that felt like it was, it really, when I get into the energy of what you're leaving behind, so how your energy is shifting, what you're leaving behind, I feel like the oxygen is slowly being sucked out of the room. So something seems to have been draining the life out of you. And some of you just didn't know how to leave that situation, or you were still attached to something within that situation. And so it's very, very difficult for you to move on from that. And then others of you are like, no, I finally found a way out and I'm leaving. I'm on my way. I'm never going to look back. But the important thing to know for, you know, wherever you are, whatever situation applies to you, is that you're moving on to better opportunities, more opportunities. Literally, you will be able to find anything that you're looking for when you step into this new cycle. The Page of Pentacles, yeah, so there's definitely going to be a lot where you feel like you're more grounded, you're more settled, and it is more grounded, and you are more settled with these new energies. There's literally a lot of different avenues that you can go, whereas before I feel something about it was just very restrictive. Like there was a lack of movement. There was even like a lack of energy regarding your thoughts. Something about it just feels very, very draining, like it was just draining the life out of you. But where you're going, I feel you're going to be, something is growing in your environment. You have something to offer this environment. There's a massive, massive transformation that is coming up for you. And I feel that There's something about doing your research before moving into something new. So I feel what that means. So, I mean, definitely do your research regarding anything, but I feel more metaphorically what it means is that there could be some kind of soul searching that you need to go through, especially with the energies that I'm picking up from Let It Rain. You may need to get closure on something, but I definitely feel like move when you're ready, right? Move through this when you're ready. You can take your time if you want, or if you want to go a little bit quicker, you can do that too. But Spirit is definitely saying don't move until you feel ready. The Judgment card, okay, there is some sort of massive, massive change that's going on in your life. So you have Epiphany here with number 16. So remember that corresponds to the Tower card. So Epiphany and the Judgment card can literally be an epiphany that you have, and you're finally getting it. You're finally, like, that light has finally turned on. I really feel like you're having a light bulb moment in your life. And with this lightning here, this can also represent the light bulb moment of like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing with my life? Or, you know, have I been wasting my time? What am I doing here? This can also represent you finding the answers to a way to move on from a situation, you seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, you saying, oh my gosh, okay, now I see how I can put my plan together. But it definitely feels like you've learned an important lesson here. And, you know, just, you know, the lessons, I'm sure a lot of you are sick and tired of lessons in your life. I know I have had plenty, and it's like, okay, enough with the lessons. Now, what I'm seeing is that in this particular area of your life, you're done with those lessons. Like, you finally got it. So you don't have to repeat that lesson again. And so you can trust that you don't have to experience this particular thing again. The King of Pentacles, you are making a huge, huge leap forward. And the reason why is because you learned that lesson. Absolutely. You finally got it. You don't have to do it again. The universe is rewarding you. There's definitely something about where you're going or what it is that you're pursuing. It's offering you, I feel, more than you've ever had in your life before. So more of whatever it is that you're looking for. I feel like your life in general is going to feel more grounded, and you're going to feel like there's many, many growth opportunities for you. So the energy is shifting in a sense from being limited to being limitless, where there are no limits. You can take this as far as you want to go, as far, as wide, as big as you want to go. Some of you might be just traveling. Maybe you're going to quit your job and just travel the world and try to make money that way. Others of you, I feel, might be stepping into a new career or something like that, whereas like your prior career or job may have been very limiting, maybe because your boss, maybe because what you were doing. I feel also some of you are letting go of self-made constraints, or maybe you didn't have self-confidence or something like that. There's definitely potential for massive growth in your life. So you have the Lover's card here. Do you see the transformation happening? Look at these butterflies here. You're finding something that matches your energy. And I feel that you're no longer afraid to match your own energy. You're no longer afraid of kind of doing things. Maybe for some of you, you were limiting yourself. And maybe you're overcoming that. You're learning how to love yourself and how to put yourself first, how to trust your intuition, things like that. And so when you set these boundaries here, remember, when you focus on the energy that you want in your life, right? That's when things really start to shift for you. And I feel that you also start to make better decisions, because here, remember, cycles repeat until the lesson is learned. So I feel that you definitely learn how to make the right decisions. You learn how to basically not accept less than what you deserve is what I'm hearing. The King of Cups. Wow. So with the King of Cups, there's a lot of balance in your life. I feel that there was absolutely a storm in your life. I'm seeing it here with the choppy water, and then we definitely have it here with Let It Rain. And I feel with this boat here that you're holding in your hand here, I feel these are the lessons that you have learned. I feel this is kind of that epiphany where you're saying, oh, okay, like you're getting it. You're seeing it for what it is. You're getting closure. You're moving on from that. You're allowing new things into your life. You just feel more balanced, just like within your soul. Your energy feels like you are letting go of what was holding you back. Like I literally feel like this person is just going to drop this ship up here into the water and watch it sail away and then never look back at that energy. The Two of Pentacles. There's something that's growing in your life and you're finding this balance. I mean, you're coming into the balance here with the King of Cups, but here I feel something that once seemed impossible to balance, you're figuring out how to do that. You're climbing above obstacles. You're climbing above something that I feel at one point took a lot of mental gymnastics for you to figure out, but you're conquering that. Some of you are conquering your fears. Some of you maybe have a fear of setting clear boundaries. Some of you have a fear of change. But what's so interesting to me with this Two of Pentacles, you can see how tall these buildings are. And this one that this person is standing on is almost the tallest building. This one right here, which looks to be just about 2 stories taller than this one, which makes sense because it's the Two of Pentacles. So you can see how high up in the air you're going in the sky. And then you have the World card here, which is why I was talking about those limitless opportunities coming into your life. So it definitely seems to be massive, massive growth that's coming into your life and not being afraid to embrace that growth. And this is something that is going to carry on for the rest of your life. So some of you may feel like you are repeating the same cycle, the same lesson for your whole life up until this point. Well, it is shifting massively because you're leaving this behind and you're embracing these new amazing shifts and this growth. And this is now what you're going to carry in your life for the rest of your life instead of these cycles and lessons. The Hermit card. Yeah, so you're definitely in a transitionary period. We see that here. This, I believe, is your past here and your future here. And so I feel some of you, definitely here allowing what is inevitability and trust, and how this person just seems to be laying down here, letting the water wash over and washing away all of those negative emotions connected to these lessons here. And Spirit is saying to take your time. Definitely, I'm seeing a process going on here in your mind where you're evaluating things. You have multiple cards showing that you're having an epiphany, that you're searching for answers, you're looking for something. Some of you know what it is, others of you don't. But you have this card here, which indicates that to me. Epiphany, Judgment, the Hermit card. The important thing and the exciting thing to know here is that you're figuring it out. You're saying, oh, okay, I've figured it out. Now I can move on. I've learned that lesson, or now I know where to go, how to avoid these things. And I really feel that you're rising above some sort of problem that you had. And it's interesting that I pointed out in the beginning that cherry blossoms 36 equals 9. And then you have the Hermit here, which is also 9. So beyond a doubt, you're at the end of a cycle and close to the beginning of a new cycle. Oh, wow. So here you have the Queen of Pentacles. Isn't that interesting that you have the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles? You even have the Two of Pentacles here. So I feel that it is going to be a growth process for you. It's going to take some patience. It's going to take some time. But what I'm seeing is that this new energy, how your energy is shifting, like, I feel like you're not necessarily connected to or dedicated to where you were or you previously were. Now, you may have been connected to and dedicated to these energies before, but I feel that you're slowly but surely drifting away from those energies. And some of you, like, let's say if you, with Let It Rain, allowing what is, if you found out something about your job or your romantic partner or something like that that you weren't expecting, and now something is coming to an end, I feel that you're slowly but surely coming to terms with that, and you're slowly but surely starting to focus on yourself and focus on your future and focus on these new beginnings. So basically, if you've been going through a difficult time with anything, that energy is slowly but surely shifting. If you're worried about finances, I feel slowly but surely finances are going to start to increase for you. And I feel that it starts out where things start to balance out, where you no longer are sending out more money than you're bringing in. And then slowly but surely you start to build up your finances to the point where then you can build up savings, you can buy things for yourself. If this is your career, some of you could be starting over, and slowly but surely you're going to be building a future within a new career. So you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, so this is definitely showing that you're trying to get perspective on something. You're gaining a sense of wisdom about something, lessons learned, and moving on from them. You're looking for answers. You're looking for direction. And that's exactly what you're about to see. I feel that there could be a form of communication that comes into your life that answers questions that you have right now. Where right now you may not know what those answers are, or you may not know the perfect direction to step into, but you will be receiving that information. So Spirit says, try not to focus on what fell apart and focus on what you want. And that's exactly how this energy is going to shift quickly for you. Yeah, look at that. There's your Tower card right there. And we see here how this person is holding on to the tower, but I mean, this tower is cracked. Ooh, it is cracked down here. It is cracked down here. This is a massive, massive change, but this is bringing that epiphany that we see here. So definitely, I feel for some of you, this had to be a very, very, very dramatic, painful ending to something. But it had to be that way, Spirit is saying, before you would recognize what you are worth. You would recognize what you deserve, where you want to be. I mean, this is a massive, massive shift. Some Tower cards, it's like, yeah, there's some lightning over here, but it doesn't really hit the tower. This is very significant. But look at these two cards. Isn't this interesting? So here you see this Tower card, and then look at what you're coming into. Look at all of this new growth. So it's just, you have some pretty amazing new beginnings, but you also have some pretty significant endings that I'm feeling here. So yeah, just know, remember, trust in the process. And yeah, you're going to have decisions to make. So with the Tower here, this doesn't mean that you have to let go of something. So we can see here, this person doesn't want to let go of the Tower. So some of you will be able to rebuild the Tower, but you will be rebuilding the Tower with you learning your lesson. So you will be rebuilding it with new materials. So let's say with the Lovers card, because you have the Lovers and the Tower, let's say that you were in a relationship that just seemed to be coming crashing down around you. This doesn't mean that you have to walk away from the relationship. You can stay and you can rebuild, but you need to set clear boundaries so that you don't repeat lessons, and trust Okay, so the word trust, I feel, is definitely coming in here if this is a relationship for you. Trust that things will be different. This could be, a career, or let's say your job is falling apart. So this doesn't mean that you have to change your career. It could just mean that the job you were in was very, very limiting to you. And so now you're going to make a choice to look for a different company that can provide for you the opportunities that you need to grow as much as you want in your career. So I hope that makes sense, because I don't want you to be terrified by the Tower card here. And I was feeling that it is possible to fix it, but I feel most of you will move on from this situation into something new. And, once again, I know the Tower card can look scary, but remember here, what you're moving into, how the energies are shifting for you. You're moving into plenty, prosperity. I mean, we see prosperity throughout this with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Receiving the fullness of life. Dedication, right? So something that's dedicated to you and you're dedicated to it. Trust and trust. All right, your last card, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is what I've been saying. And I'm so glad this came out after the Tower card, because I know some of you are just feeling so uncomfortable with this Tower card. But look at what's happening. So let's say, for instance, that there was a breakdown in a relationship. Maybe that broke down so that you could find your soulmate, your true soulmate. Or maybe you had a breakdown in your relationship so that you could work together to fix what was wrong with your relationship. Same with career or a job or something like that. If something wasn't going right, it started to break down and crumble so that you could fix it. And this is what you get as a result of the Tower card, as a result of the epiphany, of the lightning here. You get the rainbows, which is the Wheel of Fortune here. So things start to work in your favor. Things start to come together for you. And how incredibly fitting is it that we started with number 9 here. So 36, right, equals 9. And then we end with number 10. So the energies around you are shifting. That's what we're looking at today. And you're shifting from the Tower into the Wheel of Fortune. So I hope this helped you. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.